Clarity is the most valuable asset in this entire world. Without clarity, you cannot make proper moves. What is clarity? Clarity is your ability to see things as they truly are, clear, without looking at life through a tainted lens, tainted by emotions. You all know that I teach about emotional self-regulation, your ability to filter out your emotions and choose which ones to act on and which ones to discard. Well, by practicing emotional self-regulation, you will start to develop your ability to get clarity in situations, okay? This is a pillar of my channel. This is a pillar of what I teach, okay? Clarity is your best friend. It is the strongest thing that you can ever have when it comes to dating or anything else in your life. Your ability to see things for what they really are without hope, without, fantasizing, without protecting your ego. Because I'll tell you this, the majority of humans lie to themselves. They are all living in comforting lies. You know that movie in The Matrix where you can take one pill and you see the truth, or you take the other pill and you stay in ignorance. Ignorance is bliss, basically. Well, that's what clarity is. Most people are living in a fantasy land. They lie to themselves because they're too afraid to see things as they really are. Sometimes it's ego protection. Sometimes, in the case of a girl, they really don't have a lot of options, so they don't want to lose the one girl that they think they have a chance with, okay? And that's where a lot of you guys are stuck in right now. In relationships where your effort is not being reciprocated. So you lie to yourself and you believe her words at face value. In other words, you don't have clarity. And when you don't have clarity, you're stuck in what I call limbo. You're stuck in between, neither yes or no. You're just rotting away. Time is passing you by, and you're sitting there lying to yourself, thinking things will get better. They're not going to get better. Comfortable lies lead to your demise. It's like a chess board, right? If you suck at chess, you're not going to be able to see the moves being played. So you're going to be in ignorance is bliss mode, right? Just hoping for the best, winging it. Do you really want to live life like that? I don't. I prefer clarity. I want to see the chess and see the chessboard and see which moves are being made so that I can maneuver around them and protect myself to give me the best odds at winning. That's what clarity does for you. That is why it is the number one pillar of my teachings. It will help you when you don't know what to do. And it's not easy. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of being honest with yourself. It takes a lot of stop lying to yourself. So let me give you some real world examples of some of the clients that I have who have came to me who are currently stuck in limbo, okay? It's usually guys that are not emotionally self-regulated, who are living in a state of nervous system shock, okay? They're dysregulated. They're super emotional. Maybe their girlfriend left them for another guy, or their girlfriend is pulled away so far and is basically like a roommate, a live-in roommate. Your wife doesn't have sex with you anymore, so you're so emotionally dysregulated because you're in chase mode. You're in uncertain mode, okay? And of course, the woman's not going to tell you how she really feels to give you clarity. So she'll give you some other BS, right? She'll string you along, not be honest. No woman's going to just come out and tell you, I don't love you anymore. Because that destroys her sense of safety. She's going to lose her meal ticket. She's going to lose the guy that is safe, the one that has the roof over her head. So you're just getting strung along this whole time, not knowing where you stand, right? And so she's giving you the answer for clarity through her actions. You are just choosing to believe her words instead. And you're eating up all these lies. And your ego and your sense of safety and your fear of abandonment is causing you to be more receptive to the lies because you want it to be true. You want her to just be tired. You want her to just be stressed. You want her to just, it was a long day, but it's not. She just doesn't want you to know that she has lost attraction for you, maybe also respect, or maybe there's another dude in the picture. So instead, she's stringing you along. If you were a man who has developed emotional self-regulation and the ability to see things clearly, aka clarity, you would be looking at her actions and reading her through her actions and completely ignoring her words. Her lack of sex, her lack of intimacy, her lack of effort, all of that would be telling you the real truth and you would be seeing things clearly. That is the power of clarity. Let's go to another example. Let's say your name is Johnny, right? God, this Johnny guy is going to be a staple in my channel. Anyway, so you're Johnny, right? Let's say Johnny went out and he met a girl. He got her number. He was bold. He's been watching my videos. Dude's like, hey, can I have your number? Or he doesn't even ask. He handed her his phone. She put her number down. They exchanged numbers. 2 days later, 4 days later, whatever, a week later, he texts her. Hey, are you free Sunday? Would you like to get a drink with me? Okay. And Johnny knows clarity now. He knows the chess moves. He knows what he's doing. And he knows that the next thing that she texts back to him will give him clarity. He knows that if this girl texts back anything other than yes, in some kind of way, it's a definite yes, or a counter offer, like, I'm sorry, I'm busy Sunday, but how about Saturday? If he gets anything other than that, he knows, because he knows how to, use clarity and gauge people's actions, not their words. He knows that that means that she doesn't have very high interest in him. And the correct move would be just to, no worries, and then move on. Or she can text back a yes or a counteroffer. How about Saturday instead? And then he's just going to jump through the door. She opens the door for him. He walks through it. Cool. Yeah, Saturday works. How's 6 p.m.? 6 p.m. works. Boom. He gets off the phone. He has a date, right? If he gets anything other than that and, it's vague. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Oh, I'm not available. Anything other than vague, no counteroffer, just kind of like low effort, like whatever. He knows he's getting blown off. She just doesn't want to flat out tell him. Girls usually aren't just going to come out and tell you no. They're going to give you some other wishy-washy BS crap, and it's your responsibility to study these things. Lucky for you, you're already here. You're already studying. Learn these things so that you can make these kinds of moves and get clarity instead of confusion. Because with clarity, you're going to save yourself a ton of headaches. You're going to save yourself a ton of heartaches, confusion, being stuck in limbo. I have a client right now that he's so strung up on his ex that he doesn't know what he did wrong. And so I've been explaining to him what he did wrong, giving him clarity. He's starting to see, and I'm very hopeful for this guy that he, grows a pair and says, you know what? This guy is teaching me some crazy good strategy, and he's showing me how to respect myself and how to look at things for what they really are and use clarity as a tool for strategy and be able to maneuver a lot better than somebody who's just running around with his fucking head cut off, just confused, emotional, weak, scared, anxious. You eliminate all of that by practicing clarity and educating yourself in these things. Watching my videos, reading books, elevating yourself. Every single day you should be elevating yourself so you can get closer and closer to being a man who moves with certainty because he has clarity. When you have clarity and you know how to use it properly, you're able to maneuver yourself a lot better. It gives you certainty, and with certainty comes confidence. True, hardened, grounded confidence. Because no other man in your area is going to do the work or watch these kinds of videos and know what the hell all this is. You're not going to have any competition. There isn't any other YouTubers that are teaching this kind of stuff to this degree. Lived in experience. You will not have any competition. You will be a tactician in your local area when it comes to dating or anything else in your life as well. Your business, you will be moving at a pace that they will not be able to understand. There's something very important that I need to add. Not losing does not equal winning. This is the power of clarity. Some of you guys think that when a woman hasn't flat out rejected you, that doesn't mean that you haven't lost. And while that's true, it also means you haven't won. And the only way that you come out of this in the stronger position is by winning. Not losing is the same as losing. Okay? Let me give you an example. Okay? Setting a date with a girl. While she may tell you, I'm busy, maybe next week, just some kind of vague no, you are going to be tempted by thinking, well, she didn't reject me, she didn't say no, so I didn't lose, right? I can try again next week. No. You didn't lose technically, but you didn't win either. And the only thing you want is to win. Not losing is losing. Okay? The only thing that you want in a relationship is progression. That is your winning condition. Progression. You ask for a date, she reciprocates, you set the date, now you have a clear date, a definite date and time and a meeting location where there's going to be a romantic evening that's going to happen between the both of you. That is called progression. Getting I'm busy, maybe next week, that is not losing, but it's definitely not winning, and it's definitely not progression. You're going to be stuck in limbo. So yeah, you kind of did lose. If you don't have clarity, you lost. If you feel confused, you're losing. The only thing you want is to win and to progress the relationship. Okay? I want to make that very clear. That is the power of clarity. It gives you the ability to walk away when you are not in a winning position. When you're technically not losing, but you're just stuck in limbo. You're kind of friend-zoned. You're just not progressing with a girl. Who wants that? I don't want that. And I'm teaching you how not to be stuck in limbo. Not winning is the same as losing. Not losing is the same as losing. The only way you win is if you progress. That is the power of clarity. It is imperative that you go out and make it your life goal to become as clear-headed as you can possibly be. It gives you an enormous advantage that nothing else in this world comes close to your ability to see things clearly, without emotions getting in the way, without biases, without your family teachings, your religious indoctrinations. Seeing things for what they truly are is the most freeing thing that can happen to you. So please, guys, stop looking at things with rose-colored glasses. There is Nothing good that's going to come of it. Stop looking at people's words and eating up all their BS like it's candy, and start looking at their actions and their intentions and holding people accountable and walking away when you're disrespected. As I said it before, the only thing that you deserve is respect. The only way to earn respect is to be able to move with certainty. And that only comes with clarity. That is the power of clarity.